Welcome. My name is Barney Reese. I'm the author of How Blessed You Are in God's Promises. I want to talk about the concepts of the universe becoming the best version of you. If you've been studying my videos, you're starting to learn a little bit more about yourself and what you're capable of doing. There is no limits. There never was. Now, Thanksgiving just came. What I'm teaching you is to always be thankful. Be thankful you get to go to the gym. Be thankful you get to wake up. Be thankful you got family. Be thankful that you have a dog that loves you, a cat that loves you, something that cares about you. Be thankful that you have a job. Be thankful that you have a home, a car, or any of those things. If nothing else, be thankful that you wake up and get a chance to do better the next day. There's always something to be thankful for. We just did Thanksgiving. And what I'm trying to teach you is always be thankful about you. Don't worry about politics because politics are going to change depending on who's in charge and what's going on. What you can focus on is what you can do. Now, a lot of people get in debt and they say, well, how do I get out of debt? There's a couple of easy ways to get out of debt. It's very simple. You can do what they call the snowball effect. And that's just basically taking money and adding to it until you have enough to pay off your bills. The biggest problem you have to learn is you have to learn to live within all your means. Well, I want to go out and I want to have the newest shoes and I want to have the newest car and I want to have the newest this. Then you'll always be in debt. And when you're in debt, I want you to think of yourself in prison with no walls. This prison is so huge that you'll work overtime sometimes just to pay your bills. Now, you must always learn to pay yourself first. Well, I didn't make but $2,000. Well, you should put at least $200 away. Before you pay any bills, before you do anything, you should make this a habit. And in 60 days, it's starting to become something that will go to your subconscious, which is 95% of everything you do. The minute you're doing this, you become the best version of you. Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, health-wise, and emotionally. I always like to say it, and I advise you learn to say it. I'm getting better and better. Every day is getting better and better in every way. Health, wealth, romance, love life, and happiness. Practice that until you say it every day. Say it again. Every day is getting better and better in every way in health, wealth, romance, love life, and happiness. Practice until it becomes natural. Always believe that everything is getting better. Always believe that the cosmos is always helping you. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Now, I use a cell phone for one reason. I want to show young people that you can start with anything, and if you focus on it, you can become the best version. Now, here's another thing I want you to start focusing on. Do I want to work for 40 years for somebody to give him retirement? Or do I want to start working on myself and become the best version of me? This starts by you learning financial education. If you don't know what financial education is, good. I didn't either. I thought I knew everything, and I've learned I know nothing. When I started studying this stuff, I had fell flat first. If you want the biggest wake-up call you'll ever get in your entire life of how bad failure can be, I woke up and my shop had blown up. I now have a concrete pad which cost me $10,000. If you're wondering how much money it costs, that's what it costs to do that pad. I tried to do it cheaper. It didn't work out cheaper. I paid somebody to do it cheaper. No, it wasn't right. Instead, I had to pay professionals to come out and do it. Now, when I do put another shop on here, everything is level like it's supposed to be. I will have to build ramps up to my shop, but I have enough room in my place to make that happen. And it's just under 2,000 square feet, but everything is level the way it's supposed to be. You have to get started. Always remember, you can only live in the now. A good example, my son said, well, Dad, I want to buy some stuff for the house. I said, okay, what do you want to buy? He said, well, I want to buy a blender and I want to buy a KitchenAid. I said, okay, here's $500. And I walked away from it. Now, that was all I had. That's what I gave him. I didn't worry about it. I can only do it now. The reason I went ahead and bought it then is because right now everything's on sale. That's why you want to have money. You might find a car, you might buy a house, you might find a motorcycle of your dreams, but you need to have the funds set aside to buy that and not finance that. Quit being the prisoner. I cannot stress this enough. I have a house note, and I'm paying back a 401k loan that had went into relapse, so I'm having to pay it back when I can afford to pay it back. If I don't pay it back, I can never get another loan. But I'm steadily putting money into my 401k. Is this the only ruin of attention? No. I don't recommend you do no more than 10% in your 401k, 10% in stocks and bonds, 10% in real estate or more. Focus on finding ways to make money. Scrooge McDuck said it the best when he said this. He says, you must have money, and you must let money circulate. Once you get a certain amount, you should be trying to make more money with the money that you already have. But you have to start. There's people that say, I've got to have a $5 coffee every day. When you could make, a matter of fact, I buy Columbia coffee out of the Keurig. I put it in a thing, add a little bit of creamer to it, which is roughly $5, I think, $4. And then the coffee, which is 100 pods, is $30. So if you was to divide that out just under, that's $3.30 a pod. So that's what you have to start doing. You have to find ways to save money. Nobody's going to teach you this. You're going to have to figure this out. I have a Sam's card. Well, my Sam's card slowly pays back everything. If you went bankrupt and you're starting over, then that means you're starting with a fresh start and you also have no experience. So you always pay yourself first. You have a savings account with $1,000 or more, depending on 3 to 6 months built up. You start trying to pay your house off because you do need a home. You keep your cars either paid for or very low in interest, if not at all. You pay for them as quickly as possible. You don't get a bunch of credit card debt. In other words, if you have $1,500 in credit cards, you pay it off every month and it builds your credit that away. Or you pay it off within that, but you don't keep putting money on a credit card. It's 30%. So $30 on every 100 roughly is what a credit card costs. Some are 18%. That's still 18 cents on every dollar that you spend. You must understand this because if you don't, you're going to always be in a debt with no walls. This prison doesn't have any walls. It's easy to buy this stuff, but sometimes it's hard to pay for it. I've heard people say it's only 4 years. Well, in 4 years, I went in the military, and 2, I decided to get out. So it's only 4 years. So don't say it's only 4 years. Time goes by. Time is not your friend. Time is something you can't buy back. That's why I always say there's 84,600 seconds in a minute. And there's, I believe, and there's 24 hours in a day. Don't waste your time. Learn to value it. If you have a holiday, that's fine. If you want to take some time off, take some time off. But get back on the board and keep doing it. One thing that Joe Rogan said that made a lot of sense, and anybody with any sense will tell you, well, I don't want to go work out. Do it anyway. I don't want to read. Do it anyway. I don't want to write a book. Do it anyway. I don't want to study financial education. Do it anyway. I'm tired of doing all these things. Do it anyway. I'm going to watch TV all day. Change that perspective and start doing what the well-to-do people do. They read more than you do. They study more than you do. And they focus on their dream life, not what they can't do, but only what they can do in the now. This is what makes them different than me and you. We're not taught this. We're taught to sit inside of a classroom, shut our mouth, and wait to the next bell and go to the next class and learn what we're teaching you to tell you, and then go take an exam on it and pass it. This is your school system. You wonder how they beat you? Their uncle has a real estate business. Their uncle owns this. Their daddy-in-law's friend has a business. This is how they beat you. They start this at a very young age, and they keep working on it, and they learn that they don't want to work for somebody by the hour. They want to work for themselves or on their own business to where they're making money constantly. Some people get into real estate and say, I'll make it off of the cash flow. But a very good thing was brought to my attention, and I'll share it with you. If you get into real estate, buy it under value. You should never be paying what the value is of something if you've got to put one nickel into it. And this is the hard part about selling. You've got to buy something that's going to sell. If you sell cars, you want to buy a car that everybody wants and that you can drive it yourself if you don't sell it. Make things easy and easy to do. If you do this, you make your life better. But if you're going through that, be thankful for every day that you wake up. Be thankful for this. This will raise your energy level. And over time, gratitude will raise altitude. You'll get more momentum. Think of yourself as a snowball at the top of the hill, and over time, you'll gradually get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Just as my videos do. I hope they help you. I hope they're making your day. And without you, I can't do anything. Please watch my videos. They help me to stay on the air, and they help others to be able to see them as well. You're the reason that I'm here, is to make you a better version of you, so that one day you can tell your children, your great-grandkids, and others the legacy that I left behind. Being the best version of you will change your life so dramatically, you'll wonder who I am. As always, love yourself, for you truly are well loved. Thank you, and goodbye.